Obesity has become one of the most prevalent health concerns in America within the past 20 years. According to the CDC, obesity rates have doubled since the 1980s. Today, more than 1 in 3 adults and 1 in 11 children are obese. But with the help of two simple solutions, the rate of obesity can begin to stabilize and decrease again. These two solutions being diet and exercise. When it comes to changing and trying to live a healthier life, the first and most important step has to be the way that you eat. Diet is the key part of modifying your life and being on a path towards better and healthier living. When making a diet change, the best way to do this is to cut out all foods that are bad in your diet and replace them with healthier ones. According to an article titled "Another Way to Prevent Childhood Obesity," written by Ryan Halverson, sticking to foods that either grew on the ground, on a tree, came out of the sea, ran on land, or flew through the air is crucial in figuring out what you should and should not eat. By sticking to these foods, you will be able to get all the proper nutrients that you need. When it comes to foods to avoid, Halverson states that the best option is to stay away from fast foods, processed foods, foods that come in a bag or a wrapper, and foods that have a lengthy ingredients list, which is something that has become harder and harder to do with the increase of fast food restaurants that are on almost every corner. Some other helpful tips for when it comes to healthy and clean eating would be to try to eat your colors. This means each meal that you eat, you want there to be an array of colors on your plate. Another tip would be portion control. This means to try to use smaller plates so that way you don't overfill your plate and also to help avoid overeating. The final tip would be to stay away from sugary foods and to replace them with leafy greens and lean meats. Another thing with diet modification is counting calories. Calories are an essential part of making sure that the body is functioning correctly and also acting as the fuel to allow your body to run efficiently. If a person constantly does not consume enough calories in the day, it has a negative effect on their metabolism and makes it run slower. This is the opposite of what a person wants who is trying to lose weight, because a faster metabolism is better for dropping weight than a slower one. The caloric intake a person needs differs between gender, age, weight, height, activity level, and how healthy a person is. For women, they need to consume anywhere between 1,600 to 2,400 calories per day, while men, on the other hand, need about 2,000 to 3,000 calories. When trying to identify how many calories a certain person needs per day, there is a simple formula to determine that person's caloric intake. This process is called the basal metabolic rate, which also differs between men and women. The formula for men is 10 times their weight plus 6.25 times their height times age. For women, it is 10 times their weight plus 6.25 minus 5 times their age minus 161. The best way to keep up with the amount of calories that you have eaten throughout the day is to download one of the various calorie counting apps on your phone and to enter your meals either while you are eating or after you have finished. The next step in becoming healthier is focusing on bettering yourself through exercise. In America, there's a constant saying that Americans need to get up and exercise for at least 60 minutes per day, but this concept is not necessarily true. The recent discovery of high-intensity interval training, also known as HIIT workouts, have become a new fad that is seen to make more improvements in the body compared to constantly doing cardio every day. HIIT workouts combine pushing your heart rate and resting time to make sure that you are getting the best workout possible without having to work out for a long duration of time. In recent studies, HIIT workouts are shown to be quicker exercises that can be completed anywhere between 15 to 45 minutes, going against the 60 minutes of exercise rule. This is beneficial because the workout combines cardio along with other exercises to improve things like strength.